If your lumpia goes soggy after 10 minutes, you're probably skipping this one crucial step. Today I'll show you exactly how I make Lumpiang Shanghai that stays crispy and juicy for hours. Let's start with the filling. We Filipinos love garlic, so I'm using a generous amount here. About 6 cloves, or roughly 30 grams. Lightly smash the garlic to remove the skins easier. Then, mince it nice and fine. Once done, set it aside. Next, finely chop 1 large white onion, about 130 grams. Red onion would have been great here, but this is what we had when we filmed this. Yellow onions or even shallots work really well too. Work with what you have and what you like. Chop it nice and fine, then set it aside. Next, grate 1.5 medium to large carrots, about 180 grams. Remove the ends, peel the skin, then grate using the small holes on your grater for a finer texture. Carrots add a bit of sweetness and texture, but more importantly, they keep the filling balanced so it doesn't feel too dense. If you don't have a grater, you can finely dice them with a sharp knife instead. Once done, set them aside. Next, finely chop 1 bunch of green onions. Separate the whites from the greens. We'll saute the whites later and add the greens at the end. Green onions add freshness and aroma. It might seem simple, but this is one of the things that makes homemade lumpia taste much better than most party trays. We're also using shrimp for this recipe. I've got about 200 grams of peeled and deveined shrimp here. This adds a deeper, slightly sweeter flavor and helps keep the filling juicy even after frying. Pork alone works, but pork and shrimp together hits different. Finally chop the shrimp until smooth, then set it aside. In a pan over medium heat, add 500 grams of ground pork. I like to pre-cook the filling. When you wrap lumpia with raw filling, it releases steam while frying. That steam gets trapped inside the wrapper, and as the lumpia rests, the moisture softens the crust. That's usually what makes them turn soggy after a while. By cooking the filling first, we remove that excess moisture so the wrapper stays crispy much longer. Make sure to use ground pork with slightly higher fat content. The fat will keep the filling more juicy. Once some of the fat has rendered, add the aromatics. Saute the garlic first until fragrant, then add the white parts of the green onions, followed by the chopped white onions. This part is optional, but I like adding 1 pork broth cube for extra flavor. Give it a good mix, then add the grated carrots. For an additional umami boost, pour in 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Then add half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper or adjust to taste. Add the minced shrimp followed by the green onions, then give everything a good mix to combine. At this point, you can taste the filling and adjust the seasoning to your liking. Mine needed a bit more flavor, so I added about 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt and a little all-purpose seasoning like Magic Sarap. This part is totally optional, but it really elevates the classic lumpia flavor to the next level. Next, add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This will act as a binder for the filling and help keep everything juicy without making the wrapper soggy. Quick reminder, if you enjoy easy Filipino recipes like this, consider subscribing. We post new ones every week. For the full list of ingredients for their approximate cost, stay until the end of the video or jump ahead using the timestamps in the description. Once done, let the filling cool completely before wrapping. While the filling is cooling, let's prepare for wrapping. Mix equal parts water and all-purpose flour. This will be our binder for the lumpia wrappers. I'm using about 3 packs of standard round lumpia wrappers here, with 25 pieces per pack. Carefully separate each wrapper one by one. Take your time here so they don't tear. This recipe makes around 60 to 70 pieces of lumpia, depending on how much filling you use for each one. Once separated, keep the wrappers covered to prevent them from drying out. You can place them back in the plastic packaging or cover them with a slightly damp or even a clean dry cloth. By this time, the filling should be completely cooled. Scoop about 1 to 2 tablespoons of filling and place it near the edge of the wrapper. Gently fold the bottom of the wrapper over the filling and roll it halfway. Brush a little of the flour slurry on the sides, then tuck them in. Lightly press and pack the filling as you roll. Then, brush a bit more slurry along the top edge and continue rolling tightly until fully sealed. I'll show you one more time. Start near the edge, roll halfway, tuck the sides in, keep it tight, and continue rolling tightly. Remember to keep it snug, but don't overfill. This keeps the lumpia from bursting while frying. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. Just keep the roll tight and sealed properly and you're good to go. I'll finish wrapping the rest of the lumpia off camera, then we'll fry them up and get them nice and crispy. Now it's time for the best part, frying. Heat up a small to medium pot or pan, then add enough oil to fry the lumpia. I'm using a mix of 1 part clean used oil and 1 part fresh oil. Used oil helps the lumpia brown more evenly and develop a deeper golden color, while the fresh oil keeps the flavor clean. This recipe makes quite a lot, so I like storing the rest in Ziploc bags in the fridge. Since the filling is already pre-cooked, they actually store really well and stay crispier when fried later. Before frying, check your oil temperature. You're aiming for around 175 to 180 degrees Celsius or about 350 Fahrenheit. If you don't have a thermometer, you can test it by dipping the tip of a wooden chopstick or a small piece of wrapper into the oil. If it bubbles gently and steadily, the oil is ready. Proper oil temperature is key to perfect crispy lumpia. Carefully drop the lumpia pieces in the oil. Fry in batches and don't overcrowd the pan. Fry until golden brown on all sides. This usually takes around 3 to 5 minutes for pre-cooked lumpia. Right before they finish frying, add a few drops of white vinegar. This trick helps drive off excess moisture and keeps the wrapper extra crisp for longer. A little goes a long way. Too much vinegar can cause the oil to overflow. Once golden brown, carefully remove the lumpia and place them on a wire rack. Using a rack instead of paper towels helps keep them crispy since air can circulate underneath instead of trapping steam. Before frying the next batch, I like to check the oil temperature again. Keeping the oil consistent helps you get evenly cooked crispy lumpia every time. Fry the rest the same way until they're all golden and crisp. Let them rest on the rack for a few minutes before plating, so the lumpia stays crispy on all sides. Serve it with your favorite dipping sauce. I'm using sweet chili sauce for that perfect balance of sweet and heat. You can also go classic with some spiced vinegar mixed with chopped onions and garlic. Alright, time to taste. Crispy on the outside, juicy and flavorful on the inside. That sweet chili sauce really elevates the flavors of the lumpia. You get that light crunch when you bite through the wrapper, and the filling is savory, slightly sweet, and really well seasoned. Exactly how Lumpiang Shanghai should be. If you've been struggling with soggy lumpia, try this method. Pre-cooking the filling, controlling the oil temperature, and that small vinegar trick really make a difference. What's your go-to dipping sauce for lumpia? Let me know in the comments below. Here's the full list of ingredients I used, along with their approximate cost. You can pause the video or take a screenshot so you can save it for later. A quick shout out to Arjeline Hinobiagon for this comment. Thank you for the support. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments how your Lumpiang Shanghai turned out. Subscribe for more easy Filipino recipes and click the video on your screen for another easy Filipino comfort dish. Thank you for cooking with me and I'll see you in the next one.